Okay, looks like we're live. Hopefully we're operational and we're good to go. We're all set. We've lit the blue touch paper and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully we won't get too many buffering issues. I remember last week there was a few issues there. I am on an Ethernet cable and I've got about a 70 meg download speed. I think it's like 40 upload or something, so maybe lots of people are on Netflix or something like that, who knows. Maybe loads of people are watching YouTube videos, you know, EDDBUD videos, Kafuzi videos, Andy Fodrunner videos. Maybe they're watching Emily Heller videos. I did see Emily, she's been testing out the Energy 2, hasn't she, the Reebok. I need to go and watch that later on. Hey, it's Christmas. We got some ale today. Ah, that's good stuff. Really needed today. The legs are smashed today. It's 16 odd miles over the course of the week. I think I've done about 56, yeah, 56 over the course of the week. 16 miles today. It's tough going. Who have we got here in the chat? Richard Tongue's here. He says, hi Ed, how's tricks? He ran his first half race in the Vaporfly today. There's a hill fest. His legs don't belong to me anymore. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel today. They are really barking at me at the moment. It has to be said. They really are barking at me. Hopefully they'll come back to life soon. Who else have we got here? Richard Randall's here. Hello, how you doing? Mike Gamber as well. Good to see you here. Mike says he wore the RC Elite a little too soft and the Endorphin Pro a little too firm. What's in the middle? Ooh. What's in the middle? Those two. I have to think about that one. Let me think about that one, Mike. I'll get back to you. Rob Weatherall's here. How you doing? Nice to see you. Oliver Heath's here. He says, Ed, if I could only pick one shoe to do it all from easy runs to race day, what would it be? One shoe. Blimey. God, guys, you're really giving me a tough time today. One shoe. What would I pick? Bit controversial, right? If I had to have one shoe just to do anything, I'd go for the Reebok Run Fast 2. That's the one I pick because it's light enough, it's sort of nimble enough, there's enough cushion there to do some easy stuff, but you can go faster if you want to as well. That's the one I go for, and it's super cheap as well. Robin's here. He says, good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening to you, Robin. Thanks for joining us here in the EDDBUD live stream. I think it's the 27th one of the year, so it's not too bad. I've managed to keep it relatively consistent since young Fergus Bud appeared. Who else do we have? We have Christian. Christian is here. Hello, Christian. Thanks for joining us. Alex is in the house. Noel S too. Riley's here. He says, what's up, Ed? What's up, Riley? Thanks for joining us. Hope you're building up ready for Christmas. The big stay-in Christmas where nobody anywhere is going to be going anywhere at all. I kind of thought that would happen a little while back, that they'd bring in some more restrictions and stuff. So I've had a very low expectation of Christmas. It's just going to be playing some video games, watching Christmas films and eating a lot of mince pies and doing a lot of running as well. That's all we can do right now, right? Lee Sumner is here. He's in North Yorkshire. Hi Lee, thanks for joining us tonight. Michael Sessler, a big supporter of the channel. He says, happy holidays all. Happy holiday to you, Michael. I hope you have a fantastic time at Christmas. Steve is here. He says, evening Ed, evening Steve. Who else is in the place? Notice it's a little quiet tonight. I'm not surprised really. There's probably Christmassy sort of things happening and people wrapping presents and all that kind of stuff. It's not long. It's not far away now, is it? We've got... Riley says the SL20. Yeah, that's not a bad suggestion actually, Riley, in terms of which one you pick for the do-it-all shoe. I think that's actually a very, very good suggestion. The Endorphin Speed, yeah, maybe the Speed too. Although you'd end up running really fast miles all the time in that shoe. You'd just be exhausted. Gavin Braden says Reebok for the win. Gav, I hope you managed to get the little people to sleep tonight easily. It's a slight problem with us these days who just can't get the little guy to stay asleep now. He wants to wake up because the world's an exciting place There's all sorts of cool things going on, like lights flashing and a man in a high-vis running top walking around, and who's generally very excitable, so it's very difficult to get him to sleep these days. Thanks for tuning in though, Gavin, I appreciate it. Stephen C, he says he's a little late due to having his cheesy beans on toast. Excellent. I've got to say, Stephen, I'm so tired today. I needed some carbs, so we had some Domino's delivered, some cookies. Mrs. EDDBUD didn't even get a look in on the chunky fries. I ate all of those. They were gone in seconds. Just seconds, though. I demolished them like some sort of wrecking ball. EDDBUD wrecking ball. Like, you can imagine my face on a wrecking ball just coming in and smashing into the fries, and they were gone. They were gone. I've still got some pizza left as well, which I'm going to eat. As soon as this live stream's over, guys, so round about 9:30, you'll get a new EDDBUD video as well for the day, to update you on my long run today in the... Where are they? Here they are. Just careful not to drop them. The Nike React Infinity Run Flyknit 2. So I use this today, nice slow long run, and I've got my update on that coming about 9:30. So be ready on the mouse to try and get the top spot. And it's a bit of a battle these days for everyone trying to get the top, or at least the first comment. So who else we got in the house? Oh, Stephen, I hope you enjoyed your beans on toast. Anyway, Stevie76 is in the place. How you doing, Stevie? John Eaton's here. We're all doing pretty well, I think, John. Keeping ourselves fit and healthy, and looking forward to Christmas. Well, I say fit and healthy, I'm drinking. Oh, it's good. It's good stuff. I think we're buffering again, which is a bit sad. I don't know why that's happening. I'm not sure. I'm on a wired connection here, so it shouldn't in theory. I don't know why that's happening. Hopefully you can all hear me, and I'm not too sort of like this sort of thing, you know, it's just moving around okay. Joe Mullins here. How you doing, Joe? Good to see you. I did miss one there. Kirsty Howe says, Merry Christmas, Ed. Hope you have a great time. Yeah, I hope you have a great time too, Kirsty, no matter what you're doing with your... Hope everybody's safe with your family and all that kind of stuff. Hope you have a lovely time. Rob says he went for a long run, a ling run. I like that. It's a new type of run. The ling run, in the Hyperion tempo. Very impressed how they felt over the decent distance. Yeah, it's an interesting foam, that one, because when you first get it, you think it's going to be real squashy and kind of very compressive, but it's not at all. It's actually a little firmer. I think it takes people by surprise. Chris Hopkins says, Hi Ed, Merry Christmas, I hope you're well. I hope you're well too, Chris. Have a good one. Brian G just gives me a smile. Simon Harris. I'm not sure if it's the Simon Harris who is famous for the track Bass How Low Can You Go, which was actually one of the first singles that I ever bought, actually. First 7-inch vinyl record was Bass How Low Can You Go by Simon Harris. He says, Hi Ed, he loves the review of the Alfly. Did you not find the toe box too loose? I think I'm lucky, Simon, in the fact that with Nike shoes, I tend to be right at the very end of their size 11. So if my foot was any longer, it would stray into an 11.5, and I have had to do that with the Next Percent to get a good sort of fit with that shoe. So I have to go 11.5 in the Next Percent. Everything else I'm kind of around the 11, so it was spot on for me. Joey McCluskey says, Eve Ned and fellow shoeaholics. I like that. It's true. It's true. We admit it though. So does that mean that we're not? I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Lee Sumner says he took the Tempo Next Percents out for 10 miles and now seem to have developed a rip in the outsole. Oh no. I've not experienced any such issues with the Next Percent. Sorry, the Tempo Next Percent. But I have seen some pictures of that happening to people. So. That's sad. I would contact Nike about that one. They undoubtedly send you another pair. Undoubtedly. Yeah, Joe mentions there that they'll replace them. I can't see you having any problems there getting another pair. Stevie76 says, seriously, for 2020, how much Earth credits total have you spent? I've no idea, Stevie. I'm not even going to work it out. I'm not going to do it. It's not happening. Not less, he says the Reebok Forever Vaporfly Energy 2, at least the ones Emily reviewed, don't appear much different to the original. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the 2. I know that there's a new one out, isn't there? There's a 3 out over here in England that's just popped up. And I'm not sure it's that different, really. I have got these Summitros that I'm going to take for a whirl next week. It might even be tomorrow, actually. I need some cushion tomorrow, I tell you that. Oh, my legs are barking at me today. And I've been really careful to do some recovery stuff too, but yeah, still barking at me. They're growling at me, in fact, like a hungry beast. That's what they're doing. James Nash says, hi Ed, managed to catch a live stream for first one in ages. Awesome. Thanks for joining us, James. It's good to have you with us. Gavin Braden says the twins not long away to bed. Plenty of messing around these days, yeah. Although they still ask to see Uncle EDDBUD to tell them it's time for bed. Yeah, come on, guys. Come on. You know, your dad needs some time to get some communications on the go with Father Christmas. A very important time of year. So there's a lot of communications with Father Christmas to facilitate all that stuff. So you've got to get to bed nicely. That's it's not an order, you know. That would be a bit a bit mean for me to say that, but yeah, it's a good idea, because you know, when you get to sleep, you grow, and you need to grow so that you can grow up and all that important stuff. Very important. Hopefully that'll work, Gavin. I don't know. Callum Morg says, hi Ed. Hello, Callum. He says he don't know why, but I'm always skeptical about Reebok. Nah, don't be skeptical. They're great. The Energy 2 is a great shoe. The Run Fast 2 and the Run Fast 3 apparently is very good as well. So don't be skeptical. Give them a whirl. Give the Energy 2 a whirl if you can pick it up really cheap, and give it a try. Change the laces out. The laces are a bit weird. I don't know why they put those strange. They feel like almost like twine or something. It's really really odd. Not in keeping with the rest of the shoe. Good value shoe. Yeah, I think there's something weird going on with my internet. I don't know whether it's locally, loads of people are watching stuff. I just don't know. It's very strange. Stevie, I'm not sure. I've got a killer internet connection here. It's really good. But it does seem to be a bit spluttery at the moment. I'm not uploading anything as for using the internet in any other way. I'm not sure why it's so clunky at the moment. I'll have to investigate. Tim Platt's here. He says, hi Ed, season's greetings to you and your family. You too, Tim. Much appreciated. Joe Mullin, thanks very much for the super chat there. I do appreciate it, as always. Thank you for your support. Gavin Braden. Yeah, he does say for the money, Reeboks represent excellent value. I think they do. Yeah, he mentions about the laces as well. And Anthony says he loves the Run Fast and the Run Fast Pro. Yeah, I did use that one today. A bit more info on that in my video that's coming up after the live stream. I really enjoyed using that one today. It's been sort of sat downstairs by the door, waiting for me almost to use it. So I whacked those on to do some fast-paced miles. There was like a club challenge. Christian says that he thinks he must buy some Nike shares so he can tell himself spending so much Earth credits on shoes is okay if it's his company. Yeah, that's the issue, isn't it, at the moment? I mean, the Nike stuff is really expensive. It's gone up and up, hasn't it? If you imagine back a couple of years ago when the 4% Flyknit was released, around about, were they like 180, something like that? 170? You know, which seemed astronomical then, and then to get to the Alphafly now, which is like 260, it's big dough. It's big Earth credits. Certainly in a time when people were really strapped for cash as well, you know. So come on, Nike, come on, you know. Let's lower things down a bit. Also, make some more Dunk SBs as well, and stop putting them as drawers. You know, the Dunk SB's a lovely shoe. You typically price them at like 80 quid or something. They're really great. Everyone wants to buy them, but you only ever seem to do them on really select drawers, and no one can ever get their hands on them. And then the people just try and scalp them online, which is sad. You know, people want them. Just give the people what they want. They're there, ready to buy them. Sharon in the house. Thanks for joining us today, Sharon. She says, Mr. EDDBUD, are you still using the 1080? I haven't used it in a while, but I'm thinking over Christmas, might try and grab the new version, the V11. Though I really enjoyed the 10. I can't stress enough. It's probably my best high cushion shoe of the year. I think that was in my video. Did I do? Yeah, I think I had that as my top shoe. Pretty sure I did. Golsham Paul says, hi, can we all vote for Jordan Henderson? Oh, is this the BBC sports person? It must be. It must be something to do with that, I think. Yeah, I'd suggest it is worth the full price, Sharon, the 1080. They rarely discount it. I've only seen it a couple of times and they've brought it down in price. So you've got to just keep your eyes peeled really and see if they drop it down a little bit. It's a good shoe though, very, very good shoe. Steve says, are the Run Fast similar to the Nike Turbo? I wouldn't say that they're the same. This one's a little bit more of a versatile shoe with the tempo. I wouldn't really want to use that as on an easy day. So that's probably the distinction. Mike T's in the house. Says, hi Ed, hope you're well. You too, Mike, hope you're doing fine. We're almost out of 2020. It's a kind of good feeling, isn't it, when you think about it? Almost there. We've almost beaten this year. And let's all hope that 2021 will be a better year for everybody. Really do hope that you know, it's been a tough old year. There was a comment someone put the other day on a past video where they said I was just, you know, there's too much comedy, there's too much, you know, hilarity and this, that and the other. It's like, oh, come on. You know, this year has been serious enough with all the stuff going on out there than it needs to be, and I'm just here to try and put my little mark on things and bring a smile here and there. You know, if I have done that for some of you, then great, that's my aim. But I didn't know how to respond to that comment, or I really didn't. It's a bit like, you're kidding me? There's enough serious stuff in the world right now. It really is. Adam Rich says, hi Ed, happy holidays. Happy holiday to you too, Adam. He says, next percents or Vaporfly for a 5k to 10k? Ooh. I think the Vaporfly benefits are there when the mileage goes up. So the more miles you do, I think the benefits there. That aside, I think the Vaporfly will work for some people and not so much others. I find with the Vaporfly, I'm even more sort of pushed towards getting right up on my forefoot. And of course, that's great, but it could mean that you just burn yourself out in a run really quickly. Because you want to push the pace more and more. So the Vaporfly, I love the Vaporfly. If you're referring to the next percent, yeah, it's a great shoe, and I think that perhaps it's a little bit more versatile maybe than the Vaporfly, where I found that one's it's just for those longer miles. I know Ingebrigtsen wore it for, I think it was the Norwegian 5k record, but since then I should imagine he's probably switch back like most people have, or maybe he's, you know, going to switch across to the Adi Zero Adios Pro like loads of other people have. Stefan F says, hi Ed, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too, Stefan. He's in Sydney, Australia. He's looking forward to my take on the Summitros. So it'll probably be tomorrow or Tuesday, I should imagine. I'll get stuck into that one. The Summitros, it's got a sort of Greek kind of feel, the name there. Certainly a Greek sort of name. Love the shoe, and 80 Aussie bucks. It's ridiculously cheap. Yeah, I got mine quite cheap. I think it was like £60 or something here, 60 Earth credits. So yeah, I'm looking forward to testing it out. John McCluskey says, should I buy the Hoka Rocket for 126? Is that the Rocket X? If you can stretch to it, I go for the speed. I think it's a slightly better shoe, a more versatile shoe. I think you'll enjoy that one. The Rocket X is great. Again, though, it's just a shoe I want to go very quickly in. I've got too many of those shoes right now. When you know, you've got to keep your base mileage nice and consistent. You've got to run a lot of slower miles. That's the way I've managed to get up back into the 50s this week, is by running some slower miles. So I think the speed's probably about a bit. Samantha Jenkins is here. Hello, thanks for joining us. Scotty B is checking in. Where are you, Scotty B? There we are, from Minnesota. Oh my word, -10 to 16 Fahrenheit this week. Any cold weather running tips? Blimey. The thing I always struggle with, Scotty, is my hands. I don't know whether I've got poor circulation. I've not got a huge amount of sort of fat, you know, on my arms really. So it's always my hands that get cold. The rest of me seems to warm up quite well and stay quite toasty. So I would recommend trying to get some of those disposable little hand warmers. You can kind of crunch and kind of grip like that, and they start to produce some heat. That might be useful. But yeah, cold running weather, it's just difficult, especially if it's wet as well, because you can wear lots of layers, but then you artificially get very warm within those layers. So it can be a bit of a problem. Temperature is always the biggest battle for me here. In the UK, it just seems to go up and down from day to day. The pressure is just going up and then falling rapidly. Last night it was absolutely chucking it down again here. It's been raining so much recently. There's a local golf course actually along my main route, and yesterday it was just gone. It was just water all the way across it and you couldn't see it. But today, fortunately, the water levels have dropped a little bit and people were actually out playing. I don't know how easy it was to play because it would have been pretty saturated out there. But yeah, it was nice to see it return again. Joe Mullin says, so close to hitting 13k. Yeah, we're almost there in terms of 13,000 subscribers. I can't believe it. It's amazing. Thank you to all of you who've subscribed over the last sort of year, or really the whole lifetime of the channel. I do appreciate it. It's just so nice to have loads of people in commenting and also helping each other out as well with information about shoes, recommendations, little tips and tricks, and it's just a real nice vibe there, a nice feeling. That's the main thing. I'm proud that everybody's cultivated that kind of vibe and feel across the whole comment section, the whole channel really. So thank you to you guys. You know, without you guys out there, the channel just isn't what it is. You make it what it is. Steve G says, season's greetings. Same to you, Steve. He's excited to try out his new Adi Zero Pros tomorrow. Awesome stuff. Yeah, the upper is amazing. That was one of the best uppers of the year so far. I'm not sure how many people would watch a video if I made a video just about the uppers of shoes. I don't know, maybe they would, who knows. But that would be right up there. Oh, and Martha's here. Hi Martha, thanks for checking in with us in Colorado. Ploughman G, thanks very much for the super chat there. He says, thoughts on the Infinity React version 2, hit or miss? Definitely a hit for me. There's a video coming up around about 9:30, so in about an hour's time, Ploughman G. Please do check that one out. I've taken the shoe out on a long run and there's a load of info in there surrounding that shoe. So definitely a big hit for me. I'm really enjoying that shoe right now. It's kind of like all of the stuff I loved about the Infinity React V1, but they've changed the little problems that were there and made it a better shoe. So certainly liking it. John Turner says, EDDBUD, you're the man. Thank you. Thanks. I do appreciate it. Ben Browning's here. He says, hello Samantha, EDDBUD and the viewers. Hi Ben. Thanks for joining us here in the chat. If you are in the chat, please hit the like button. It really does help the channel out a huge amount in terms of the algorithm and getting us out to more people. So if you're on the chat, please do that. It does help out. Martha says, I'm hoping no one will report results of the marathon project because we can't view it until tonight. I'm not sure. Can someone fill me in on that one? Samantha says hovering above 0 degrees where she is for the next couple of days. Oh, blimey, yeah. Stay inside, Samantha. It sounds like it's pretty punishing there. Joe Mullen says it's been 37. Oh, man. Joe, I can't even believe it. I bet it's like vest weather still out there. Saying that, today, when I did the run for the club later in the day, I managed to get away with just a vest. So I don't quite know what's going on with the world, but certainly in December, on the 20th of December in the UK, just wearing a vest, it's nuts out there. You know, it's very, very mild, really, in terms of temperature. It's just been wet, really wet. Adam Rich says, I had the original Vaporflies, the non-Flyknit version. Ah, yeah. No, that was a good shoe. I really enjoyed that original version of the Vaporfly there. We got a super chat in there from somebody. Oh my god, that's amazing. Oh, thank you so much, Scotty B. He says, happy holidays to you and yours. What's your top running accomplishment in this non-normal year? Thanks so much. I do appreciate that super chat, Scotty. I really do. It really helps the channel out, stuff like that, to keep shoes flowing into the review test table. Biggest accomplishment this year, I think lowering my 10k time a few weeks back, where I was running with Kafuzi, Emily and Andy the FOD runner, and getting it down to, I think it was like, what did I do there, 41 something. I was over the moon with that, absolutely over the moon, to lower it down a little bit. I think if I got a chance to do a nice flat half marathon this year, I could have probably got under the 130, but fitness is right up there now, so it's just about staying healthy and fit, and soon as races are back, I'll be in on one of those, and it'd be nice to grab a really good PR, you know, on a half distance. But I think that's probably my top accomplishment. And just really the channel, you know, people say they enjoy the videos. That means a lot to me. I spend a lot of time coming up with the ideas when I'm out running, and just when I'm at home, you know, jotting down ideas and coming up with possible video ideas, and the fact even one person watches them is amazing. You know, to think where I started from and where I've got to now. Like I say, it's all down to you guys, so I really appreciate that. You know, it means a lot to me. It really does. I think I missed a few things here. Rob Weatherall, he says he finds Rocket X are great for smooth running. Yeah. If you've got some nice quick cadence, Rob, I agree with you on that one. You kind of get into a rhythm with that shoe. No less, yeah. That's the thing. Is with those type of comments, it's you know, I say jokes. They just happen, and I think it's good to have those naturally occurring sorts of things that pop into your head. I have loaded up the whole area today with Star Wars stuff. I've got the BB-8. I've even got the lightsaber, actually. Whoa. Oh. I think the batteries... Oh no, the batteries are still working. There we go. I didn't think it was going to turn off then for a second. Luke Acort's in the house. How you doing, Luke? I wish you a Merry Christmas, buddy. I hope you're still out there doing some running, Luke, as well. Keep yourself fit over Christmas. Not too much cake. That's a good suggestion from Scotty B there. Mittens and the merino wool inserts, blimey. Yeah, it's always the wind that gets me. There's an absolute killer bit of wind, Scotty, on one of the parts of my main route. And you always get this southwesterly wind just hit you as you're coming down this hill. It is freezing over there. Freezing. Who else we got? Yeah, we got loads of comments now. There's lots more people joining now. Robin says he's worn latex gloves under the regular gloves. That really helps. Interesting. Okay. Robin, I'm not sure what Miss EDDBUD would think if I Let's put some like latex gloves on. Let's gonna go out running. There's a few times recently where I really do think that she's thought I've flipped my lid. I've completely lost it a couple of times, and if I did that, I think she just might leave, you know. Lucy Taylor, she says she's new to running, almost finished Couch to 5k. Her husband recently bought her some Nova Blasts, so what else would you recommend? Interesting. Okay, well, it's great stuff that you've almost finished the Couch to 5k. It's brilliant. The Nova Blast's a good shoe for me. I used it as a kind of daily shoe. I felt it was a little bit too cushioned for me. It might be good to look at getting something that's a little bit lighter, perhaps, with a little bit less cushion. So you're a little bit lower to the ground. Perhaps something, if you want to do some races when those start back up. Depending where you are, of course. If you're in the UK, it's not an awful lot going on race-wise. But that could be a good idea. And in terms of stuff, if you're a new runner, you might be running with your phone, so maybe look at grabbing a watch or some sort of activity tracker as well, and that will help you monitor what you've been doing and kind of check on your progress, really, so you can put some milestones in and see how your mileage might slowly build up over the course of time. So maybe something like the Coros Pace 2. I really enjoyed that watch recently, testing that one out, or the Forerunner 245 as well. It's a good watch. Loads of different metrics on there. And they all sync up with Strava really easily as well. So that would be my recommendation for you, Lucy. Thanks for joining us today, by the way. Ben Browning saying that the Simitros are very low stock in Australia. Interesting. Christian says, any thoughts on the Adi Zero Prime? Now, I did notice this shoe the other day, a stupendous weight, really low. That's certainly something I'm thinking about picking up, maybe. It looks as if it's a shoe from a while back, about 8 years ago, and they've kind of reissued it in that high-vis colourway. They're really into that at the moment, Adidas, aren't they? Or Adidas, or whatever you want to call it. It's all, you know, it's cool. I mean, Run DMC, that was the first time I encountered Adidas, because that's what they used to call it, but I love the way that Brad Hall says it, which is Adidas. I like that. Rolls off the tongue. Stephen says, will you be giving us a Christmas sing-along at the end of the stream? No, Stephen, but I have something in the pipeline over the next few days, so keep an eye on the channel. That's all I'll say. Keep an eye on the channel. Samantha says, smash that like button, everybody. Yes, please do. It does help the channel out a lot. We've got 54 likes already. For every 5 likes, I'm going to have another sip of my ale. Oh, I've earned this today. Well, that was a lot of miles. When I came in from the first run, so 12 miles was the first one, I had some toast with some honey and a nice cup of coffee, and I was like, oh, I'd just stay here. I'll just phone in the other run. I'll just go out and walk it, you know. But I managed to get the legs going again. And I think I've really earned this one today. Iron Sun Devil Network. That's an interesting name there. I like that. Any tips on cleaning Ultra Boost uppers? Mine are more, I'm not sure, but Boeg. What I would suggest, fill it up with loads of kitchen towel, like an old kitchen cloth that you don't want to use anymore, and then a very light brush, very light bristles on it, and get yourself a pint of water and some dish soap in there, and then just go to town on the upper there. And what will happen is a lot of the muck and stuff will obviously come off of the top of the upper, but seep down and get onto the cloth, and you can take that out and you've cleaned the upper a little bit. So it's funny you should say about cleaning shoes. Fergus and I, he seems to really enjoy watching Vic Almighty from the Reshoevnator channel. I don't know if any of you have seen that. They're really interesting videos to watch. Vic will get a shoe that's just been destroyed, you know, it's just covered in muck, like an old Air Max or a Jordan shoe, and then he'll really go to town on it, cleaning it up and then he gets his paint pots out and he redoes all the paint on them. It's wonderful. It's a little bit like watching a Bob Ross video, you know, the painter. It's a little bit like that. It's wonderful. This man is a genius. You know, Vic Almighty is an absolute genius. I'd love to like just have a chat with him one day, like just talk to him. Maybe I could do a video about that. You know, cleaning your running shoes. Some people are a bit funny about cleaning them, like they just don't bother. But there's certain shoes I like to keep in really good nick, and others that they're like tools. You know, this is a tool. This thing, the Legend React 3 Shield. It's a tool to be used. Whereas, you know, you've got like pieces of art. That's just a piece of art, isn't it? It's beautiful. Look at it, the gradient of the colour. The AirPods just the right red, and the mint. It looks like the mint you get in After 8 chocolates. It's a beautiful thing. EDDBUD, what hat are you wearing? I've seen people using. Oh, this is just a Nike Tailwind hat. I think Miss EDDBUD got me this one a little while back, just to keep the noggin a bit warmer. And my hair looks unkempt at the moment. I need to get it cut. In fact, the last time I got it cut, Miss EDDBUD just shaved me with the dog clippers. I've got to be honest. We haven't got any clippers apart from the dog ones, and they work okay. I don't have that much hair anyway to worry about, so. Oh, awesome, Martha, you've picked up the Takumi Sen 7. Sweet. Yeah, they didn't. The 6 wasn't available, was it, in the US? It's really weird. Really strange situation. I remember talking to Kafuzi right at the start of last year, and I was going to like send him a pair. He sort of graciously said, no, don't do that. You know, but I would have sent him over a pair, because I know he really liked the look of that shoe. I'm glad you managed to get the 7, so let me know how you get on with them. Alan Digweed is in the house. He says, hi Ed, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Alan. I hope you have a wonderful time. He says, what do you reckon the durability of the Adizero Adios Pro will be miles-wise? That's an interesting one, because the shoe is so different to anything else that we've had before. It's really hard to pinpoint and sort of estimate the durability. What's the longevity of the shoe going to be like? I got to say, the outsole of that gets better and better the more you use it. And I've not felt any real change in the rigidity of the shoe. I think I've got about 40 or so miles into those now. That'll be one that I ratchet up now over the course of the next few weeks to get it up to 100. So it's hard to say. Really difficult to put a number on that one. I would suggest it's a race shoe. Is it going to still have the same pop at 250, 300 miles? Probably not. But then again, it's one you just pull out when you want to do those faster efforts, you know, threshold efforts or racing. So we shall see, Alan. It'll be really interesting to see how they hold up over the 100 miles. I better get to some of these comments here. There's masses of comments everywhere. Mark Merritt's here. He says, hope you're well. You too, Mark. Hope you have a good time at Christmas. Joe says, so over there, where he is, it's 10:30 p.m. and it's still 30 degrees outside. I think it's going to drop to 6 Celsius here overnight, Joe, just as a comparison for you. Ben Browning says, are you wearing a Kafuzi t-shirt? Mike was wearing that EDDBUD one. Yeah, I did notice that Mike's been wearing his Runners United shirt, which is absolutely awesome. Like when your hero wears your shirt, it's kind of odd. You know, it's like, you know, when Spider-Man is given like the new suit from Tony Stark. It's a little bit like that, because you know Kafuzi's awesome. Kafuzi's why I started all of this, really. You know, I love his channel. I'm still a YouTube sort of watcher and viewer. There's loads of channels. You know, I watch all of those channels of people that I collaborate with. I love them. And yeah, he's kind of why I started doing all of this. Still to this day, is my favourite channel. MJM says Alphaline mileage is at 658 miles. Wow. Okay. So they're really beat up trying to get to 700 miles. Awesome. I know some people have taken those shoes on one run and like the pods have burst. So that's amazing that you've got them to that many. It's really cool. Actually, I'd love to see some pictures of that MJM. Can you maybe send me some pictures to the email address that's in the video descriptions? I'd love to see, you know, the look of how those look. That'd be cool. Oh, Fodrunner is fast. Andy is very fast. I know he's having to be a bit careful at the moment because, of course, his hand is mending after that terrible accident. But yeah, hopefully he'll be back to his top speed soon. That man is quick. Ben Wise here. How you doing, Ben? Martin says, hi Ed. It's Martin from Brisbane, Australia. Awesome. Finally able to catch a live stream. Oh, that's brilliant, dude. Thanks for joining us. It's great that you finally managed to catch one. Luke Acourt says, what's your favourite shoe? God, blimey, that's a tough question, that, Luke. My favourite shoe? What, right now? The shoe that I really want to wear? My favourite shoe that I really want to wear right now is the pair of Jordan 4s, the fire reds that I've got hidden in a box next door. That's the shoe I really want to wear. But I don't think Miss EDDBUD knows that I've got those. Hopefully she's not watching this now. I might be a bit too late. She might know. Running shoe wise though, I think my favourite shoe at the moment that I really want to get into again is the Adizero Adios Pro. Martha says, Ed, I answered someone above about the marathon project. Yes, so this is stage race for international elites. Oh, wow. Oh, cool. I might have to try and check some stuff out on that later on, in the dead of night when everyone's asleep, when I can't sleep. Awesome. Thanks for clearing that one up, Martha. I was interested to see what that was. Mark Merritt says he bought the Vaporfly, really loves the feel, really good on the treadmill too. But still his best times in the Carbon X. Okay. I'm glad you're enjoying the Vaporflies. They are a great shoe. Joel McCluskey says, what's the difference between the Vaporfly 4% Flynet and the Nike Zoom? I guess you mean the original 4%. It's literally the upper. So they put a Flynet upper on. It's the same midsole and outsole. So just a different upper, which a lot of people love. My good buddy Kev Burton, he's a Flynet man. I'm trying to get him into the Infinity React as well, because I think he really liked the Flynet on those, just for those everyday miles. Martha says no such thing as too much humour. Yeah, I love putting those sound effects in as well. I'm actually making a big library at the moment of my own sound effects. So you'll start to hear more of those soon. I think it's really cool to have your own little library. I've always been really obsessed with stuff like Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Back to the Future, where they had these people coming up with all these new sounds that they created themselves. I think that's a really cool thing to have on the channel. So I'll put some of those things in. Joel says, Ed, has Arteta got to go? Oh, blimey, that's a tough one as well. Do you know, I always think it's good to try and have some sort of stability and some consistency. But everything about this situation with Arsenal at the moment and Arteta reminds me of Chelsea back in 2015 when the players turned on Mourinho and they got him sacked from the club. And that's everything about the current situation at Arsenal reminds me of that. And I think it's only going to go one way. I mean, there's just no heart there whatsoever. Of all the years I've been watching Arsenal, like 30 years, you know, there's just nothing there. A couple of players putting in the effort, all the rest of them, it's like they want him to get sacked. I think they don't like the way they treated Pepe or how he spoke to Luiz and dealt with Ozil. I think the players have ganged up and I think he's toast. I think he'll be gone this week. Christmas Eve, I reckon they'll boot him, because you know it's not like it was when Wenger was there. Wenger had an iron fist. He kept those players in line. He really did. He was the main man there, and now people realise how good Wenger was. Too late now, though. Carl Lothar says, fantastic channel. Thank you, Carl. I appreciate that. Endorphin Speed, shoe of the year. Yeah, I'd suggest that is probably the one. What I'm going to do very soon, Carl, probably in the next couple of days, I'm going to put a post up onto the community section of the channel and ask the viewers to comment with the one shoe of the year, which has been the shoe that has been the best to run in, the most exciting, enjoyable, the one you've always sort of grabbed from your pile of shoes, you know, to say, which one should I go out in? Oh, it's got to be that one. So I'm going to do a bit of a poll. I'll crunch all the numbers, do some stats, and do a whole video based on that. I think it's cool to involve the viewers a little bit in that, rather than just go, you know, is 5 shoes, yeah, I like them for these reasons. Well, that's great, but at the end of the day, it's good to get a sample of, you know, what everybody thinks out there, what the viewers think, you know, the people. I think that's important. So watch out for that in the next couple of days, and that will appear. And it will take me a while to crunch the numbers, I think. There was a hell of a lot of votes last time I did something similar to that. Yeah, it is K2SO, yeah. With my Blackmore Vale half marathon medal around her neck, I suppose. I guess, you know, K2SO is part of the Falcon, really. Striped Kiwi says, Ed, have I run in any Newton shoes? I haven't worn any Newton shoes. They don't tend to pop up too much over here in the UK. But again, in 2021, I don't count anything out. I don't have any sort of scruples about different shoes. I don't have any hang-ups, so I'm quite happy to test some stuff out. All I'll say is, Puma, watch this space in early January, okay? That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. What else do we have here? Dernan says, what's a good daily trainer for persons whose knee is starting to bother? Novablast. Right, well, I guess you've got to look, Dernan, about why your knee's hurting, really. The Novablast is a very compressive shoe. Is it that you need something that's perhaps a little firmer? Sometimes if the shoe's too compressive, obviously, that can mean as you bring your foot down, your foot strikes the ground, and your knee can perhaps collapse inwards a little bit if the strength isn't perhaps there. So sometimes a shoe can exacerbate a problem rather than fixing it. I've seen a lot of people wear stability-based shoes. They've had a problem with their knee, and it's really made things worse. So I'd be super careful, Dernan, as to what you go for. Maybe if you can try a couple of different things, see if one or the other makes things a bit easier, a bit better. Einstein Devil Network says, anyone who goes out willingly for an hour in the rain is crazy. Yeah, I mean, I do that on a regular basis. I actually really like running in the rain. It's a fun thing. Ben Wise, sleeper shoe of the year. Ooh, sleeper shoe of the year. A shoe I am going to run in again this week is that Puma Ultra Ride. I really like that shoe. I mean, it looks like an odd shoe. It really has a strange look about it, but really, really like that one. So that might be one that has sort of crept up on me a little bit that I didn't think about too much. I wouldn't say the Novablast. I think loads of people kind of loved that or they hated it. So Noles says, you forced me to watch The Mandalorian. Now I'm disappointed that I've watched everything. Oh, you've watched all the episodes. Yeah, it's a brilliant show. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, the second season's even better than the first one. Lee, I haven't tried any on-cloud shoes. I guess I wouldn't mind trying out one of their sort of daily kind of things just to see if it works. But I read a lot of issues about problems people have with those in terms of their durability and some of the issues that they've had with them. So maybe one day I'll test one out. Donato, yes, it is a bit of beer today to get some carbs and sugar back in my body. I really need it today. It's been a tough one. Oh, Brendan, thanks very much for the super chat there. It says Merry Christmas from Halifax. Awesome. Thanks, Brendan. It really, really do appreciate that. Really does help the channel out to keep us moving forwards. I need to catch up with some of the comments here. This is crazy over here in the comments. Ben Browning says the Adizero range. Yeah, those look really interesting. I'll be keen to see what the difference is between the proposed Adizero Adios Pro 2 and the Adizero Pro X. I don't know what the differences are going to be. There was talk that one of them was a Boston, but that appears like that might not be the case now. So it'll be interesting to see what the differences are. Yeah, Ben, just brushing the shoes off, you know, quickly when you get home after a run. It really does seem to help, especially where it's just grime city at the moment on my normal trail. There's loads of mud, leaves and sort of debris everywhere. So just brushing them off quickly, it does help to keep the uppers a little bit, I don't know, nicer. It's never nice just putting your foot into a shoe that's still coated in mud and stuff. It just doesn't feel particularly pleasant. Vigard says, hi Ed, just wanted to thank me for the review of the Takumi Sen 6. And he was not aware until he saw the review. Awesome. Yeah, they went on sale as well. I must have been June, July time. You could get them for as low as sort of 70, 80 pounds. Still a lot of money, yes, but a really good shoe for 5k. Low to the floor. If you like that kind of vibe, that's the shoe for you. Body by Duff says, happy Christmas Ed. Thank you. Happy Christmas to you too. Thanks for all the great content. No worries. I'll try and keep it coming as much as I can. That's a good tip, Martha. When you retire toothbrushes, use them for cleaning things, including shoes. That's a good call. I need to do that. Miss EDDBUD keeps taking away the old toothbrushes though and getting rid of them. I'm gonna have to put a message there. It says, leave my old toothbrushes alone, please. In the nicest possible way, of course, because I don't want to upset her. Marco Jones says, do I have any old shoes that I'm still sentimental about and still use occasionally? I've kept the really destroyed Vaporfly 4% fly knits that I've got, and they really are pretty tired now. Yeah, it's probably still be fine for like tempo or something, tempo speeds, but I've kept those. There's a pair of Pegasus 35s that I've got from over 2 years ago now that I've kept, which have sentimental value. I remember buying them around about the time when my wife and I were on our honeymoon. Yes, I did buy running shoes when we were on our honeymoon. That makes me feel a bit sad that I did that, but I did, so there we go. Guys, if you are in the chat, please do hit that like button. It does really help the channel out a huge amount. Yeah, Steve, that Adizero Prime does look very light, doesn't it? 119 grams for UK size 8.5. Yeah, it's really low. Oh, thanks for tuning in, Donato. Appreciate you coming by, buddy. John Eaton says, yeah, stuffing the shoes with newspaper. That is a good trick. Although we don't seem to have many newspapers these days. I'm not sure why. I'll try and get through a few of the questions here, guys. We've only got a few moments left before the end of the stream. So let's see if I can find a few more. David Cowdery says, has the Infinity React version 2 been released yet? Now, I'll tell you the story about how I got these. If you're in the UK, you'll know the name Mike Ashley, right? So he owns this huge sports firm here in the UK called Sports Direct. He also owns Newcastle Football Club. Now, Mike Ashley is an interesting fellow, that's all I'll say, but these appeared on the Sports Direct website. I can't remember who it was. There was a viewer that gave me a tip off that they were there. I got in quick and picked them up. They're not on the Nike website, they're nowhere else, so I don't understand why they've decided to put them up with so early before everybody else. They're definitely legit. These are the real thing. Everything about them is legit. Just looking, they were made production between May and August of this year. So obviously Nike have had them around, but obviously probably trying to shift some of the other Infinity React models. So that's where these are from. When they're going to launch elsewhere, I do not know. I think you're right, Golshan. You know, they did spend a bit of money in terms of getting a few new players in, but I think it's the players that they're really not doing their best at the moment. I don't think it's Arteta's fault. I just think that they are not playing for him. That's what they're doing. Rob Weatherall says, is your goal to run this channel full time? Well, I guess at some point in the future, Rob, that would be amazing to do that. There's a couple other sort of ideas I have in terms of YouTube sort of stuff. I'd love to do a sort of music review channel as well. Maybe in the future I'll start that. I don't know, but it's just great the way things are rolling right now. Ash G in the place says, Merry Christmas, Ed. Merry Christmas, Ash. Just seeing if there's any more questions I can quickly do. Ben Browning saying he loves the collabs. Yeah, I'll try and do a few perhaps over Christmas when I get some time. Maybe hook up with Mike, see if we can do something. Oh, Ben Browning says, Mike Ashley, Sports Direct. I did put in the comments a few times when people asked where I got it from, but I'm not sure people kind of... I put it in a cryptic sort of way, just because, you know, it's funny. If tomatoes are a fruit, why isn't ketchup a jam? Says, Merry Christmas, buddy. Awesome. I love that name. Oh, Steve A, who's just come in just as I'm drawing things to a close. Says, late arrival. Good evening, Ed. Nearly 13k. Yeah, we're almost there. And I'll soon get to open my Christmas surprise from you, Steve, as well. It's under the tree ready, so I know where it is. Exactly where it is. Right, guys, I'm going to draw this on to a close. In about half an hour, the new video should launch, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. A bit of a long-run review on the Infinity React Flyknit version 2. And there's a load of stuff to come this week, including the initial review of the Summitros. What else have we got? Next part of the 2020 review as well will be coming up. So loads and loads of bits and pieces going on. So thanks for joining us today in the chat. I really do appreciate it. And thanks for all the super chats as well. Been loads today, and it really is incredibly generous and helps to keep the channel rocking and rolling. So please, everybody, take care. Have a fantastic Christmas. Make sure you stay safe. Look after each other. And my name's EDDBUD, and I'll be seeing you.